Edochie is troubled right now. It's not as if he has not been troubled in time past, but then he thought somehow, somewhere, help will come. Help will come. Help will surface to put an end to the battles that his son is going through. If you recall back then, the Edochies were hoping that Mary will be the intercessor that will help Yul Edochie out of this mess. It is not as if they themselves are not willing to do some spiritual exercise. Maybe they will go as Catholics and say 1 or 2 rosary or whatever it is that they believe in, or if they will go to consult whatever altar, oracle, or go visit any priest in any temple or whatever it is that they wish to do to save Yul Edochie. But they were hopeful that Mary will help. Mary will continue to at least pretend to be Yul Edochie's wife. A wife that is struggling to get back her husband. This were their thought. And I will not lie to you, Mary also was sort of getting caught up in this. I mean, they drew her in. She almost accepted. She almost agreed. She almost agreed to all of this. Like, okay, no problem, no problems. Let us see how it will go. Let us see how everything. But immediately, she lost her son. I believe that was the last straw that broke the camel's back. She looked at it and she knew immediately that there is fire on the mountain. She did what any sensible person would do. She quickly picked up herself and she swung into action. Now, the Edochies, they are in a shock, a big, huge one. That is because of what is happening right now. I'm not talking about the are we going to call it confession of Sarah Martins lately? Yeah, that is not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is more serious than what you think. I'm talking about the present. The present. I'm talking about the very serious that is happening right now. So, there is this lady that came out and talked. In fact, what she said about Yul Edochie and many things, it got on the nerves of supporters of Mary. They are like, wait, hold on a second. Who sent this one out? Is it Judy Austin? The families of Yul Edochie, they are so concerned now because they have come to realize that there is something that they need to work upon. There is something that they need to do. That is why they sat down together and they had to call the attention of Yul Edochie. Yul Edochie, as you all know, he has been acting insane. He has not been acting right. But the family of Yul, they are still thinking, oh, they just want us to continuously believe that Yul Edochie is under a spell. That is what people do. They always want to pin their action on external forces or on other people. Like, I would never have done this. I would never have done this if not for... That is what they want us to believe. But I don't know if Yul Edochie is under a spell or Yul Edochie is just a wicked person. Or maybe Yul Edochie is both, is both of it. Some little spell were used to arrange his coconut head and it worked faster because he himself is a bad man. But the family of Yul, they are still of this thought and opinion that Yul Edochie is under a spell. And now that Mary is unwilling to intercede, is unwilling to waste her efforts, she's unwilling to fast and pray on behalf of you, Edochie, in the hope that you, Edochie, will be redeemed. That is what they wanted her to do. That is what they want her to do. This is what they want her to continuously do, like continuously. This is what they want. They want her to pray and pray to redeem Yul Edochie. But she said, no, enough is enough. I do not have time for that. I believe I should be praying for my business, praying for my children, rather than sitting down to talk about Yul Edochie or to pray on behalf of Yul Edochie. In fact, what she wants is to put her effort into praying for herself and her children, and I am kind of in support of this. I don't think any sensible person will spend time, effort into praying continuously over Yul Edochie. Nobody will want to waste his or her own time. I don't think anybody wants to do that. Anyway, so Yul Edochie was called for this meeting. Not really a meeting. They are simply trying to take Yul Edochie to where certain things have to be done. It's not something new. It's been there for a long time. Yul Edochie has been called several times and he said it's okay. He's a grown man. He knows what to do. He knows how to handle it. In fact, the Edochies are telling him, his parents, the Kinsmen, they are telling him that the demise of Kambili Chukwu, there are certain things that needs to be done. There are certain prayers that needs to be made, supplication. And let us be sincere. If a man, without being bewitched, decide to go with another woman, and by so doing, he opened up the door, he broke the edge, and the serpent that he went with struck, or something happened to his family, don't you think that man is worse than an infidel? Like, he did not protect his family. He left his family to rot. He left his family to be hurt. So they asked him to come over. Like, come and do the needful. Come and do the needful. If not, trouble, chaos, agony will be your lot. The question is Yul Edochie going to listen? Yul Edochie does not appear to be a human being that listens. Yul Edochie is basically someone who is self-centered. He is only interested in himself. He cares less about anybody. He's only interested in what he is interested in and nothing more. Well, with the confession and all that is coming out, not just the one of Sarah Martins, with every of this that is coming out, Edochie is so frustrated. He said he is old and he's tired, and that there is a limit to what he can do. He does not have that strength, that vigor that he had in time past. That he is hoping that Mary will step in. Mary, save your husband. That is what Edochie is saying. Mary, step up and save your husband. Your husband is not your husband when things are good. Your husband is not your husband when things are fine. This is a trying time for both of you. Edochie is saying that Mary does not understand what marriage is. That marriage is not only for good times. That when challenges come, when tribulations come, you should be able to stand by that man. Now, I'm kind of thinking that Edochie maybe is not getting it right, or maybe is kind of aligning it, misinterpreting maybe some of the interpretations or doctrines of Christians where divorce is not allowed or permitted. But then there is a ground for divorce. They say with the bed undefiled, meaning if it is defiled, Yul Edochie has defiled, so there is no reason why Mary should be in such a marriage if she is not interested. There is nobody that should or can force Mary into being part of what she does not want to be part of. That one is a settled thing. It's not something to even talk about or discuss. So the thing here, this is the major of everything. We care less about Judy Austin's confession, because caring about Judy Austin's confession will amount to us having empathy. Let it be Pete Edochie or the Edochies that are having empathy. For you, Edochie, gone are those days that people had pity, empathy. But the thing here that concerns us is this. Pete Edochie is appealing to May, saying that May is the only one that can save you, Edochie, from this doom. May is the only one that can save you, Edochie, that is getting tired and old. That it's time for May to step up and fight or take back what belongs to her. I don't know if you guys are accepting this one, this suggestion that Mary should fight and get back what belongs to her on her knees with prayers, fasting, and maybe social media, all of that. Like, grab what belongs to you. Yul Edochie is yours forever and ever. I don't know. Maybe you guys agree to this, because soon Mary is going to ask for your advice. She's going to, how she does it. She comes on our platforms and she listens to our submission, and once in a while when she has the opportunity to talk, she will say, oh, thank you so much, you guys. And she will even talk about May Nation. She doesn't know how it came about. She's aware of, she's grateful to you and I, because we have been able to put Mary where she is. Of course, God is behind it all. So we allowed God to use us. You see, we gave ourselves to be used for the good of humanity. That is why she's getting all this endorsement and recognition. You and I made it happen. Social media made it happen. That positivity, the image that we helped her to maintain. Look at her. She's not that kind of social media person that is coming out to blab and talk and talk and talk. She's not that kind of person. But she's winning endorsement. She's winning awards. She's getting it. And lately, featuring in movies. What else? So, do you agree or not?